Hi, good morning, everybody. It's Joshua here. Just thought I would give you a quick update. I've not given an update since March. I'm so sorry. It's now been 6 months since my gene therapy. And yeah, I mean, you can imagine it's been quite a crazy 6 months. Corona has really, really changed the landscape of my work. Um, you probably hear my emails going off in the background, but also it really halted things with the gene therapy research. I was really lucky. I think the doctors told me that I was the second to last procedure before everything shut down with COVID. And then all of my upcoming follow-ups were all my follow-ups after the surgery were postponed. And between February and August, I only went into Moorfields twice, just for day visits, and even for those visits, it wasn't really a case of um, testing and seeing if there'd been any improvement. It was more just a health checkup, just to make sure that everything was okay and that I was getting on okay with the steroids that I was on. And then a couple of weeks ago, I had my first major checkup post-surgery. I was in Moorfields for 3 days. Even then, there were a few things that were cancelled just because of restrictions with social distancing and things that they just couldn't facilitate in a safe way with the social distancing guidelines in place. However, I am in a position to tell you now that 6 months after surgery, the tests that I did have done objectively show that there are improvements to my vision. The most substantial improvement being to my visual acuity. So the clarity of my vision once I've got my lenses in, or if I've got my glasses on, how crisp and clear everything is. My ability to read letters off of the chart, everyone I'm sure is really familiar with that. I was reading, I believe, before surgery, between 59 and 63 letters on the chart. And ever since having the surgery, I've been consistently reading 70 and 71. So that is a really amazing improvement. I've noticed it. I noticed it from the point where my vision began to get back to normal after the operation. I was thinking, my God, like everything feels really crisp. Everything feels really, really sharp. I was looking at pictures on the wall in my lounge and, from the other side of the room, and being able to see all of the lines and being able to see really, really clear definition, which was amazing. And that has been consistent. That is still the case. The only negative is that it now makes the other eye feel feel a little bit blurred, and just makes me realize how it almost feels like a veil has just been lifted, which is incredible. My color vision is also showing good signs of improvement. For people who've done the test before, where you have like those digital color tests where you're sat in a chair in a dark room after light adapting for what feels like hours, and then there are 4 colors that come up on the screen, and 3 of them are shades of one color, and the 4th is a shade of another color, and you have to distinguish between which is the different shade. This my surgery eye is doing considerably better than it was before, and also my contrast vision. So my vision, my ability to see blacks and whites and greys and different tones of grey is also better, and it's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I was subjectively saying to the hospital before my test that I feel like there's been improvements in this and that. I feel like my vision is clearer. I feel like my color vision is better. Everything feels brighter, but it's all subjective, and there was nothing to really substantiate that claim. And now, having had those tests, the doctors are saying objectively, we can say that it is the quality of your vision is better than it was before, which is amazing. I got quite emotional, actually. I got quite emotional with my doctor, and just said, 20 years ago, when I was 10 years old, and I was sat in the same hospital with my mother, and they were telling me that this was what I had, and you have RP, and there's a good chance you're going to lose your vision one day, and just put up all these limitations. You won't be able to do this. You won't be able to do that. You can't do this, and you won't be able to be a vet, and you won't be able to do all of these things. You won't be able to drive. And granted, I don't drive. But to be sat in the same hospital 20 years on and be told that this pioneering surgery was improving my vision was just really incredible. Really, really humbling, and just something incredible to hear. So yeah, that is the update after 6 months. Because of, like I said, limitations with COVID, there were certain tests I couldn't do, so we haven't been able to substantiate whether or not there's been any improvement to my field vision or my night vision. I personally feel like I have seen a slight improvement to my peripheral. I feel like I'm kind of picking up things, bits of light, tonal elements in my peripheral, which I hadn't seen before, especially on my right side, which is my surgery side. So again, I'm absolutely thrilled about that, but there is no test yet, no test results to say yes or no. It's just a subjective thing that I'm feeling. The wound itself, so my eye is completely back to normal. There's no redness. There's no scarring or anything. You would never have known I'd had any surgery done. I finished my course of the steroids that I was on. I think that was about 9 weeks, and bar some weight gain and a little bit of acne on my back, I didn't really see any other side effects. Since coming off them, the acne's cleared up. I'm trying to lose weight, but with the gyms closing down, which is a terrible excuse because they are now open and I've not been, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really, really great. I feel really, really grateful. A lot of people, my mum included, have been asking me to upload a new video, and I think people have been in touch with my mum as well, via any, the RP support groups, asking how everything is. And everything is brilliant. It's amazing. I feel incredible about it. I've got my 9-month checkup in November, so I'll be going back to Moorfields for another few days then to see my doctors and the research team, who are amazing. For those of you who are on the same trial, so the RPGR gene therapy trial at Moorfields, you'll know the research team are incredible. And they've made the whole process really, really wonderful. It's almost like I go now and I feel like I'm seeing friends, and they're also accommodating and friendly and approachable, and they know that the tests that we go through they can be really intense and really laborious and strenuous, and they can really get you down, and they can really exhaust you. So especially when you're having them done for 9 hours a day, and they're really wonderful. So yes, I'm also on YouTube Live because I'm in my spare room, and because I'm working from home, and have been working from home since March. And then obviously January, February and early March were very much taken up by the surgery and baseline tests and all of that. So I really don't feel like I've had a 2020. I've basically just been living at home and occasionally venturing out to do things. So it was really lovely actually to go to Moorfields a couple of weeks ago and spend a few days back in London, and I just feel like I was getting a little bit of normality, albeit having face masks on. And you can appreciate, I think, when you're in hospital for 9 hours and having a face mask on and then also having covers over your eyes, it's quite claustrophobic. But yeah, it's like I said, I'm really sorry it's taken me so long to give you an update. It's just been a mix of everything being turned upside down, and also not really having anything to tell you in terms of whether or not there has been a medical improvement, rather than just anything that I'm feeling, purely because I've just not been able to go to Moorfields. However, have now, and yes, there has been an improvement. So I feel incredibly lucky, and I will continue to keep you updated. I'm hoping that one day, hopefully not too far away, my left eye will be done. That's the only thing, the only negative really, and it's not even really negative, but because my right eye has improved so much, my left eye now just I feel is a bit of a hindrance. It's noticeably blurry. The vision in that eye doesn't really clear as well. It doesn't really clear at all. It's always a little bit blurry. So yeah, I'm incredibly lucky. Please feel free to continue sending questions. If you want to send questions, I'm happy to answer any questions. And my mother, who is also almost like my RP PA, so she sends me questions that people are sending her, and she's like, "Can you just give me a one-liner, please? And of your experience on this test, on this trial." But yeah, it's wonderful, and she's been an incredible support. Everyone's been incredibly supportive. But I'm going to run because I am at work. As you might be able to hear, my phone is ringing and my emails are pinging. So I'm going to pop back to work. And yes, thank you so much for tuning in. And please send me any questions that you may have. I'm happy to answer anything. Okay, bye.